to Reset with AG, the space where purpose meets peace and transformation begins. I am your host, AG, and every week we will hit pause on the chaos and press reset. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes even financially. Whether you are building a business, healing from burnout, or just trying to reclaim your joy, this podcast is your sanctuary for real talk, reflection, and rational self care. Let's reset and rise together. Okay, on episode 2, I have a special guest, and he would like to remain anonymous. Okay, so we're going to talk about 25 things in the year of 2025 is considered sassy for men. They have a list of things that men cannot do. Okay, so for one, they say men cannot take a nap. And they also say men cannot eat lemon drops. That is sugar on the rim of their drinks. And also, men cannot crave crab legs or even eat crab legs. So, what do you have to say about that?
I don't see what's up sassy about it though. Like, taking a nap. Like, you a human being. You get tired. You might need a 15 to 45 minute power nap.
Yeah.
Lemon drop. I don't see what's wrong with that though. Like it ain't. It ain't. I drink it, but I don't get that shit on the rim. I don't think you're like. I don't know though. Like I don't think that's a definition of a. You gotta watch what you gotta do. Most friends go, why you laughing?
You're right. That's his young that's his young generation, because I do agree with you, but it's more of the younger generation that's saying stuff like this.
Most of them been raised by their mom.
Yeah, you're right. I can agree with you on that. What about what they say men can't eat crab legs? Or they can't even crave crab legs.
I don't know about no clay, but uh, I like crab. I like crab legs. That means I don't know though. I don't understand it though. I don't understand the new way. Like I don't think like men ain't. I don't believe real men are in
Okay, I
boxes.
have another
Like
set of questions that they say men are considered sassy if they have good handwriting, a nose ring, and even a tongue ring. So, what is your opinion on that?
I don't know. I ain't got none of that shit. Depends on the man. I don't know the meaning of that stuff though, so I don't be.
Okay. So, what about they say men can't chew gum and be popping it and blowing bubbles?
Oh hell no. He ain't got no money doing no shit like that.
What about a man going on an all girls trip?
Yeah, that shit.
That's considered sassy.
Yeah.
Okay. What about a man using an umbrella? They say men should not use an umbrella.
I don't know what man want to be in the rain without one.
They say men should only cover up with a jacket or a coat. Because the same thing you are covering, you can do it with a coat and not with an umbrella. You shouldn't wear an umbrella. We should carry an umbrella.
Probably get wet and depend on what you got on.
Mm-hmm. What about they say men Now this is real funny. They say men can't even yawn. Yawning is considered sassy. And men sitting up taking selfies all the time.
This is true. How you gonna human being? How you gonna not yawn?
Right. What about men throwing they dreads and throwing their head, get their dreads out their eyes? You think that's considered sassy? They say some men do that too much, and they consider it as being too sassy.
Mm. Probably is depending on how you throw your hand, how you roll your neck.
Mm. What they also say a man cannot do the hookahs. They should not be smoking on hookahs. That's putting some up to their mouth. And also they say a man cannot drink a cooler.
I guess that's the same as women drop those.
Mm.
What can a man do? Shit.
Well, they say it just considered sassy.
How?
That's this young generation. And they say,
Well,
I'm not sure. Also, they say men cannot wear flip flops.
they, uh, they can't run the one with the toe, the thing in between the toe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they say
Like,
open toe sandals.
shit. Yeah. I don't wear that shit no way though. So,
But if a man wear it, would you think that he's considered sassy?
uh, it all the it all depends on where he at and how he's rocking it. I don't know. Like, I think like that's the definition of a man. Like, we can't even create our own styles no more for the lack of being judged. But that's the definition. To me, that's the definition of a man. Like, I do what I want to do. I know who I am.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, I can agree with you on that. They say men can't even put their hands on their hips. If they see they say women, if you see a man putting his hands on his hips, them are red flags.
Professional football players, dude. It's part of their stance in the game. I don't know, some of these leaders too, that
Okay.
they just depend on who you is and how you rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that. Okay. They also say that men cannot eat a whole banana.
Yeah, you know that's gay. I mean, yeah, you know that too fast.
That is considered too sassy. Mm-hmm. And they say men cannot cross their legs. They say that was red flag if a man sit up and cross his legs.
Gangster costumes, man. I don't know that. Depending on who you is, how you rock, and how I look.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say how I look, but yo, shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy, though.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of these things, a lot of these sayings are not just coming from women; they're also coming from younger men. You know, that's how they feel. If they see their homeboys taking a nap,
Cause it ain't no. These all questions and shit that niggas been raised by women, like, like, and that's what I'm saying. Though I ain't saying it, I ain't saying it's right or it's wrong, but uh, real men be comfortable in their own skin. Though that's why, like, it's kind of messed up out here because men ain't being who they is. They doing this, acting a certain way just on influence. And and that ain't being you, like being controlled. Like, uh, real men, I believe, uh, stand up, stand alone most of the time. They don't be, like they'll talk it out. They might, like, I ain't understand why you do that though, or damn, bro, you straight ordered the, lemon drop with the sugar on it, nigga. What's up with that?
So you saying you think his homeboy would question him and tell him do not drink that lemon drop?
No, I think he would. I think he would try to get an understanding.
Mm, mm. Like ask him, is you cool?
And most of the time, like, it be through ridicule.
Mm-hmm.
But again, though, like that ain't. I don't think like that's the definition of a real man.
Mm.
That's why it's kind of hard for black men to stand up and stand out.
Because they are always being judged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Backlash.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they even I came across one that said a man shouldn't even squinch his eyes too much and taking pictures. They say that is a red flag if he's constantly squinting his eyes.
Shit, like, who wrote the book? Did like it ain't like what's the guidelines? Like what is it based on? Like it ain't no. That means you almost can't do nothing. Everything you walk in, you got to be blinded
Mm-hmm.
or prepped to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't go in here and act like this. You can't go in here and do that and do that. And how you going? What's going on? And it ain't. That's not. That ain't what a risk taking is. That's what real men do. Real men take risks.
Mm-hmm.
Real men don't sit in the box.
Mm-hmm. They think outside the box.
Yeah, like it ain't, and that's what being taken away from us, bro. Like, and everybody just cool with it. If all of us think alike and all of us acting like, what the hell we got?
Right. I think they put too much stipulations on what a man can and cannot do, and what's considered a red flag and what's not considered a red flag.
And you can still not do all that and still be sassy.
I agree because they don't came with a list.
No, for real though, because it ain't no like just your actions alone, like people, women don't see through it.
Mm.
Just ain't logical to me because
Mm-hmm.
it don't fit a criteria. Like we all, how we all been acting like, how we all gonna think alike is power and control. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta be this way. You gotta be. You gotta be. You gotta be a certain way. People say, "Well, men is or men ain't. And these the same people that study other men's style and and take it and put their own twist on it and say that they doing it better.
Mm-hmm.
And a knock and push over that same man where they got that style from.
Mm-hmm.
That's today's society. And it ain't like that's just crazy though. And that's what I was saying, like why all us gotta be in a box so we could copy each other's style and make it better though. Like that's just crazy. We ain't being ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We just being a better version of somebody else that we say we don't like. But at the same time though, we still in their style. They swag, what they call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with you on that. Because a lot of things you only mirror something that you said anyway. That's
Yeah,
why one of my biggest statement is when people say about other people, you are not talking to me, you are talking to yourself.
yeah.
You're
It's
talking
called
out your
it's
conscious
called
mind. Go ahead.
yeah, it's subconscious. It's called
Mm-hmm.
the mirror effect. It's called the mirror effect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can
I
agree.
can't I can't look at myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I can look at you and point out what I don't like about you.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I don't like it about you because I see it in myself.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And a lot of people are not knowledgeable of. They think they're talking to someone else. They're talking to themselves. Yeah.
And that and that's crazy in its own self.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't I watch it. I watch it. I watch it every day. I watch it every day. Uh Clothes, shoes,
Mm-hmm.
uh accessories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They'll say they don't like that or this and that though. But give it a week or two, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say less than that though, because attention span ain't no what.
Mm-hmm.
You will see that same person that said, man, they ain't like what you had on. You will see them with the same thing on, just with a different twist.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll swear they originated that.
Yep. 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 They sure will. I have seen that. Ooh,
And and
all my
and
life.
and the biggest and the some people just be shallow like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
they don't dislike you. They don't dislike your style. That's just the highest form of love that they could get, and most of the time is out of hate.
Mm-hmm.
But memory said, I dislike, I dislike this about myself. I don't know why you so confident in this area, and it's yeah, like man, I don't think men are placed in boxes.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be conquered.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna end this with okay. What do since you heard the list of the things that's considered sassy and how people judge men even more and more in the year 2025, what do you feel that you going to reset with this week?
Being mindful of others that only just mean like trying to get an understanding of someone else before I ain't gonna say pass judgment because it's not judgment, it's just an understanding. And in our community, I think that's what we need to start doing is understanding other people, because somebody might not just know the signals that they putting out, and just getting to understanding some people in my family and community, if it's possible.
Okay, so you heard from the anonymous speaker today. Now, what are you going to reset on this week? See you next time on Reset with AG. Bye.